Yo, it's your boy, the Insurance Junkie, your fiduciary fellow, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, and I've returned today with another ADH Wealth solution. Today, we'll begin to discuss fulfilling all of your financial needs. To contribute to channel growth, the links are in the description. To schedule an appointment of your own, or to purchase life insurance directly up to $1 million with no medical exam and an instant decision, my information is in the description. Lastly, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. And now, here's our next feature.
Salute. What's going on, folks? Today we're going to be looking at an article from lifehappens.org. And this is about who can be a life insurance beneficiary. You know the deal. So, every life insurance policy requires you to name a life insurance beneficiary. A beneficiary definition is simply who gets the payout on the life insurance policy in the event you pass away. Now, your beneficiary can be a person, several people, an estate, a trust, or a charity. So now let's look at some life insurance beneficiary tips. There's some basic things to know about naming a beneficiary, along with a few basic tips. Know that you can name more than one beneficiary. Usually on an application, you can name up to 4 beneficiaries at the initial application. But let's see here. It says you can name 1 beneficiary or 2 or more beneficiaries. You'll typically be asked which percentage of the payout goes to each person. For instance, you could designate 70% to a spouse and 30% to an adult child. Make sure to name a secondary or contingent beneficiary. So think of a secondary or contingent beneficiary as a backup. He or she receives the life insurance payout in the event that the primary beneficiary is no longer alive when the payout is being made. Be specific with names. It's best to list the names and the social security number of each beneficiary rather than something just generic like my children. This will prevent any confusion and speed up the payout process. And that's actually very important. I had a client who had a very common family name. Their last name was Smith. And the beneficiary was named Richard, ironically enough. But he had 3 Richards in his family. So we had to figure out which Richard Smith it was, because he didn't leave an address, a phone number, or a social. So they had to figure out which Richard Smith it was. You need to keep your beneficiaries in the loop. You need to tell your life insurance beneficiaries about your plans and give them copies of the policy. This is why a lot of people end up thinking life insurance is a scam, because Pop died, but he kept it to his heart that he had life insurance. So if nobody knows you have it, when you die, nobody's going to know to go get it. There's no alarm that triggers to the insurance company to pay your beneficiary. Review your life insurance policy and its beneficiaries at least once a year. In addition to an annual policy review, you'll want to revisit your life insurance policy after any major life event like a marriage, a birth, a divorce, or a death. Special beneficiary considerations. Think carefully about the following special considerations when naming a beneficiary. Think through how to provide for a minor. Yeah, because you don't want to make anybody under 18 a beneficiary. Providing for kids is a big reason why many people buy life insurance. Most people name a surviving parent or partner as the beneficiary, with the understanding that the payout will help cover kid-related costs. But that's not a possibility if you're widowed or if you and your spouse or partner pass away at the same time. In situations like this, it's best to name a highly trustworthy adult custodian as the beneficiary, or to work with an attorney to set up a trust to manage and distribute the funds. Whatever you do, don't name the child as the beneficiary. The law prohibits anyone from receiving a life insurance payout if they aren't the age of majority, which could be 18 or 21 depending on your state. Consult with an attorney if you have a disabled child or special needs child. You'll want to set up life insurance for a disabled or special needs child in a way that doesn't impact his or her eligibility for certain government programs like Medicaid. The best way to do that is with an attorney to set up a trust to benefit the child. Avoid naming your estate as the beneficiary. So a lot of people will get a life insurance policy and won't name anyone as the beneficiary, and that automatically creates an estate. But they're saying here, naming your estate as the beneficiary is a bad idea because it leads to a long and potentially costly legal process known as probate. For this reason, it's a better idea to name a person, people, or organization as the life insurance beneficiary. Know that there are several ways to benefit a charity. Leaving money to a nonprofit organization is one reason people take out a life insurance policy. There are 4 ways to benefit a charity: by naming it as the beneficiary, by making it both the owner and the beneficiary life insurance policy, and by adding a charitable giving rider to a life insurance policy, and by working with a community foundation. One example of this is with people who may follow the Christian religion, and they tell you that you should tithe 10% of what you make. Now, the smart thing to do would be, why don't you tithe 5%, and then the other 5% you put into a life insurance policy, so that when, not if, but when you die, you can actually matriculate much, much more money, and then donate to the church, and create a much better church for the other parishioners. Get help with other special situations. There can be tax consequences and other issues if the policyholder and insured aren't the same person. Ditto if you live in a community property state and don't name your spouse as a beneficiary. Avoid any tangles by turning to your insurance agent and attorney for advice. Get help with naming beneficiaries and with all things life insurance by contacting a licensed financial professional or insurance agent who can walk you through the entire process. If you don't have an agent or advisor to work with, you can check out their agent locator on www.lifehappens.org. You can also work directly with an insurance company. There are company partners that support their nonprofit mission and can assist you in getting coverage directly or through one of their agents or advisors. The actual key is to start today. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Salute, salute, salute. And remember, wipe ass, work in progress every day, and see success.
Hey folks, this last video was sponsored by my company, where we help people like you to reach their financial goals. We do this through a simple conversation where we help to identify and then protect your lifestyle, and then we implement the plan. The process starts at about an hour. So, if you want more information, or you want to schedule a consult, contact me via the information in the description box, and let's talk and see if we're actually a great fit for each other. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Thank you, and enjoy life.